Our teachers who are supposedly professionally trained have little understanding of how children learn. They have little understanding of what they should learn. They have relatively poor understanding of good classroom practices, and so on and so on and so on. So, first of all, the entire machinery for training teachers needs an overhaul. And many people have said it, including people in the government. But it's one of those interesting things where people say something, we should do this, and then nothing happens. And you wonder who is responsible for doing it when the very people in authority say so. So first of all, I'm saying the quality of our education training is not adequate. And so to some extent you can simply say that training them doesn't really make a big difference. That's the first issue. The second question is in terms of how to divide the time between training and teaching, which seems to be a perennial question with most school organizations. In fact, Pune Municipal Corporation has said no teacher will be released during school times for training. They can only do it during vacations and other times. It is pathetically little time given the competence deficits that teachers have. And every one of the best performing school systems in the world, you talk about the Finnish system, which has been the story for a long, long time. You talk about the Shanghai system, you talk about the Singaporean system, and so on. All of the systems which have really, really performed well, the one thing that they have done is invested as much as a quarter of the teacher time in training. The question of having incompetent or underqualified or underprepared teachers in the classroom so that you can teach is self-defeating, because they can't teach well. And if we did make the provision for enough teachers to get enough good training, good quality training, I think we would transform the system. One thing that I do know is that when teachers are given good training, they respond dramatically well. And so the whole notion that we have the education system is bad because we have poor teachers might be true, but that is the easiest piece of it to address. The greater difficulty is the inability of the more senior rungs of that system, the people who are in the decision-making capacities, the people who create strategies for education system, the people who create strategies for professional development and training of teachers, etc., to understand what is required for good training, how that good training should be delivered, and what should be done in order to support teachers in implementing that good training in their classrooms as they come back from trainings. None of that exists as of today. And like I said, the best performing school systems tell us that the only way of making it better is to invest in teacher training, good teacher training. So the notion that we can't afford to release teachers because we have to teach children is just silly. I think it just doesn't go anywhere.